Hello everybody, welcome to this live on Instagram. I am here today soon with Beatrice, and we're gonna share more about how role play dynamics can be very beneficial for your individual growth, but also for growth as in a couple. So I'm gonna see if Bear already joined to this talk. I don't see her yet, so I'm gonna hang out here a little bit before Beatrice is joining so I can add her to this live. Yeah, it's very exciting, this technology. Thank you for hanging out here with me. So maybe you want to roll your shoulders for a moment. And I'm live in Experience Blixx account, yes. And trying to talk to Bear here on the other end. So in case she can join me again. And I think yeah, she must be here any moment. So yeah, I'm gonna start sharing until Beatrice finds her way into here. So one of the core tools that we're working with in Blixx is role plays. And yeah, now Beatrice is here. I'm super happy to have me in this live. Yeah. Woohoo! Wonderful. Welcome, Beatrice. Wonderful to have you here.
Hello, darling.
Eventually, we're making this. So I already made it in the introduction about what we're gonna talk into. Maybe you want to jump right in, sharing more about
Let's
how
go.
roleplay.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah. If you want.
But sorry.
Yeah.
So did you make an intro? Okay. We are going to talk
Yes.
about how role playing with your partner can support your relationship, because. Well, a very large part of our retreat is about role playing different archetypes, and then each archetype has different energy. So we kind of give our participants an idea of the characteristics of each archetype, and then we role play them. So this allows us to put ourselves in different characters, to detach from our ego, to kind of really tap into energetical movements and dynamics that usually are not the one that we play, and this open up like a very different perspective, well, a different world for them. So this is what we want to navigate today, to give them a little bit of of an overview of what this kind of practice can do for you.
And there's many benefits in bringing in role play into your relationship, as to for couples really spice it up and break the routines of how you did it, how you get to know yourself and step into a new role. Can be very exciting if you go and you imagine you and your partner meeting for the first time and having your first date, your first encounter, bringing back this spiciness, bringing back this juiciness into an existing relationship, by breaking out of the way how you do it. Also, roles give us the opportunity to take away a lot of this seriousness and step more into this playfulness, and connect more to this playfulness, to be like, oh, today I'm gonna be sexy Ari, the cleaning lady, and I'm here to seduce you. So something like that. So you
Well, this
take.
is really interesting because it's like when it's Halloween, right? You put up the dress, and then because you have this dress, a little bit of as a mask, you kind of manage to step into a different you, which is not you. It's just like an energy that you are channeling. And then
Mhm.
this is why like Halloween parties are like so fun, you know, because people they drop into different character role, so they behave in a way that usually they won't behave, you know. So like new spices and new flavor they open in a relationship where we are like playing a role, and things that you feel okay, this is not me, or I am too shy, or this is too much. Then in this context of creating a space for that to happen, then it's not too much, because you
Mm.
can choose. It's a character, it's a play, it's a game.
And this translates to beings who are in a couple using role plays, but also beings who are not in a couple. Using role play can be very freeing as well. In our Blixx level 1 retreats for individuals, for example, we are having a gender swap party that is usually the biggest blast of all parties, because people get so free, like forgetting, stepping into a new identity with a new name, with a new background, with a new story, and then like playing from there. It was hilarious all the time when we had it. So role playing can be very enriching in terms of really taking yourself less serious, stepping more into playfulness, and discovering more of who you are, and breaking out of any issues like performance issues, or breaking out of any idea of shame or couldn't be good enoughness. So this is supporting you a role to step over what is holding you back up until this moment, from things that you may want to do, that you're curious about exploring, but you haven't had the chance. So this is how roleplay can help in one area.
Mm. But it goes deeper than that, because as well by role playing certain dynamic, you can uncover dynamics that you are playing in your relationship that are unconscious, and by kind of going into a chosen role, you can kind of observe, you know, how the dynamics with your partner are going. It kind of get amplified because you are playing a role, you are performing, but not so performing sometimes. So by watching yourself, how you kind of channel each role, you can have a lot of information about unconscious patterns and as well unconscious dynamics in a relationship. It's really revealing.
This is very revealing, and in this aspect of like using role play really as an institution of growth, of personal growth and of healing, you can also go into role playing dynamics that are highly triggering, where you know your inner child wounds are triggered, and you bring them consciously into a container of role play, and you tackle exactly those triggers, and you can watch yourself, observe yourself, how are these triggers acting out, and meet these parts from yourself in this role in a place of safety, and meet it with love. And love is the most powerful medicine, how we can meet each other and ourselves in terms of really healing those wounds and reshaping the narrative of how we're relating to ourselves and each other.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, certainly. Also, well, I want to talk about here a personal experience that happened to me in our last retreat. We were role playing like age play. An age play is where you kind of play baby and a caretaker. And Ariel and myself, we were doing a demo and then we extended the demo. We started to do a demo, and then participants, they start to do their own games, and they play, and then we extended the demo, and Ariane was my daughter and I was the mother. And I was a little bit, well, I was very cruel and as well a frustrated mother. So I was just like role playing my version of a mother who has been like frustrated and then kind of blames the kid for her frustration. And after like being in there for a while, I realized that I was like role playing my mother, exaggerating like a version of my mother, and then I decided to stay in the role and to even push it further, and it was a really interesting process to see how Ariane was reacting on the same way that I would react with my mother, and to see, yeah, the dynamics that we had and how this plays a role. They went amplified, they went like very clear to me, and it was a very nice process, and as well of empathy. For me, by playing her, I was able to tap as well into their feelings and her frustration and the place where she acted. And it was very revealing and understanding. And I managed to put a lot of forgiveness into the relationship.
Yeah, certainly we can heal generational trauma through, certainly we can heal generational trauma through this work and like really living certain dynamics and meeting ourselves from a place of um, resourcedness, like from a space where we can have access to safety, to feeling secure, to feeling belonging. When I was there in this role play, it was the worst mother love that I could have experienced. It was also very interesting for me because I was like so much in a flight response that I was looking for adoptive parents running away from bad trees, and also seeing my own automatic responses acting out and playing out when I'm met with such more cruel mother energy instead of the loving one is also very, very revealing and very healing to explore that and to bring in love where we can and reshape the imprint on our system. Then we hugged and it was very beautiful. There was a lot of things moving and shifting for both of us throughout this role play that we stepped into, and it was bigger than ourselves. And I think this is also something that I want to highlight, that this power of role play is something that we connect to very easily, that supports us in really shifting, transforming, healing, bringing growth into our being, that is not only all about us, it's bigger about us. And I truly believe if we are healing this, we can do a work of like for future generations and lay new grounds in stepping into our power, into our responsibility through the integration of eros and the power of conscious sexuality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is it. This is very powerful. And of course, we are talking about mother and child, but we can embody like different energies and yeah, and as well, like kind of recreate scenes that were traumatic in our childhood, whatever it was for us, together with a partner. So in this field, we are able to really observe the dynamic and as well make it bigger, understand it, and of course reshape it and as well like meet it with love for transformation.
Hmm. And throughout all of that, keep on like being connected to the vastness that we are, and really allowing ourselves to integrate the stories, our experiences, but not holding us small any longer, and stepping into the power of all that we are, really claiming that. Yes. So
So
yeah.
yeah, role playing, it can be healing, it can be revealing, it can be expanding, it can be fun, it can be creative, it can bring intimacy. Do it.
It's the name of the game, role playing. And if you want to learn how to role play with your partner, we have our couple retreat coming up over Valentine's Day, February 10 till 10 to 15, in Amsterdam surroundings. There's already 3 couples onboarded. So if this is you, there's 2 more spots left. And if you're curious to learn how to bring role play in general into your life, or you're in a couple, you say you want to learn this, but you're open to be with other people in this exploration, then our next Blixx level 1 is in June 19 till 25. We have sold out all male participant spots in the early bird. There is 2 more spots for female participants in early bird prices, as our early bird goes per participants and not per date. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, come to our retreats to play with us. And if you want to know more about the vibe, we have 2 highlights. One is called retreat and one is called couple retreats. And there you can check all on the vibe a little bit, so you can have an idea what are you getting into. And we have as well testimonials. You can check. We have stellar testimonials. This work gives. Deep results, like deep transformation. People really, yeah, people really feel the love, feel connected, live expanded. Uh, yeah, so check the results on the words of the participants. You don't have to believe us, just go there and see what happened to their lives.
Exactly. And if you want to know more about the way how we work, go to our website, experienceblixx.com. You have found it also in our bio, and sign up for the free masterclass and hear more about what are the rules that we're using and how we're playing with those. Leave us a comment or share it. Much love. Bye.